we are live. No, we're absolutely live. Anyway, LUI here, obviously. Post workout, quite frankly, mildly post workout. Pump still loyal. Finished the workout exactly an hour and a half ago. Was supposed to have a proper Skype conversation with Dubai. It didn't go as planned. Dubai, you cannot. The only bad thing about Dubai, you cannot talk live with Skype efficiently and also WhatsApp. They block it from Canada for a reason I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll be there in a week or so, right? Plan to meet a lot of people, a lot of you guys too. A few days later, I'll fly to Kuwait, which is going to be in exactly 10 days from now. I'm going to meet a lot of people, obviously. Big Grammy, Regan. Regan is there. The latest news about Regan, he's loving it, despite what Boston Oil is saying. Boston is not sleeping, right? Boston is my cool friend. I love him and everything. He's very honest, but he's too honest sometimes. I mean, he cannot hide his, I don't know, his envy or whatever. He doesn't salute the fact that Regan is there. But the fact of the matter is this. Regan is 23, so more or less the same age as Boston Oil. Boston Oil, 20,000 followers. Sorry. Definitely. This is the nuts. 20,000 followers on social media, whereas Regan, 500,000. So you got that. It's two different ball games. Promotion, he's doing very well. He has his training camp going, clothing line going on. A lot of good news coming towards him, I guarantee you that. But till then, his trainer, namely Abdullah, who happens to be the trainer of Brandon Curry, stated to me yesterday, said, bro, you Canadians eat a lot. Regan eats even more than Brandon, and he just started his camp, right? So he's not really into it, but he consumes a lot of calories, baby, please, and that is true. Us Canadians do eat. So that's that. Needless to say, I have a vested interest in Regan. He's like my little bro, and I'm expecting a lot of things from him. Pretty much straight the freaking up, right? So more or less, how I envision this is Regan, the one we see him, the Wonder Boy. He's young, proper symmetry, proper proportions. He's not busy, and he's already complete. Back details are there, glutes, hamstring, which are, the combination of all of these things is a quite rare sight, especially at that age. But he has everything. You cannot say he has a lack in body part, like he has no chest or he has no back, no quads. Everything is just there. But even by my reckoning, my prism, and you guys know I love aesthetics, I still think he has a few pounds to gain. More or less about a proper 15 to 20 solid pounds to be a huge bodybuilder. A year ago, he was asking me, "What do you think, Louis Marco? Should I go to classic physique?" I said, "No, he's too big, so he cannot be Chris Bumstead, right? Definitely cannot be. His frame is definitely made to be a large man." But that being said, I'm expecting him to keep the vacuum. Vacuum is absolutely refreshing nowadays in every category. Bodybuilding, all-out bodybuilding included, right? That's that. Hell, I was the guy who brought Steve Loris to Redcon, and I'm so passionate about it. He's like my little stallion. I have a proper, immense amount of vested interest in him, right? And I talk to him like every day. I think he's refreshing not only for me as being like my little brother. Sorry about that. Go there, don't disturb me. You know I don't edit my videos. I don't have time to edit my videos. It's one shot, always one shot LUI. Anyway, so Steve Loris, same thing. Something I need to tell you, because a lot of you are asking me about Steve Loris. This is what happens. He competed once, actually, to pass pro, successfully so he became a pro. But in those pictures that are available right now, his weight was more or less 195, 196, around those waters. And on record, even though he's my boy, he was not the draw. Yes, let's be honest. The shapes are amazing. The bellies, baby, please. The small 27 waist. The legs, in comparison, they're 28. So you got that freaky proportions he has. The back, the Christmas tree, and everything. But he was not the hardest. He was definitely not the hardest. And just to remind you, he's 5'10" and a half. So more or less, so he's actually the same height as Arash Rahbar. And these guys, their limit in classic physique, as you know, because they have limits, is 210. So imagine the game he still has to basically to reach that limit. He's way below the limit, and yes, yet he was able to gain his pro card. So a lot of expectation for this. I mean, all these guys, all these novelties, all these new additions to the game are refreshing for all of you guys, and they're bringing a fresh breath and also hope. Also hope. Come on, I'm gonna tell you something. Arash, obviously, I was with him in Kuwait, and I'll be with him in a little bit less than a month again in Dubai. We're gonna meet in Dubai, right? Me and Arash. We're gonna stay longer than the usual athletes there, because you have a lot of things to do, me and Arash, right? And this goes to show, Arash, you can do everything with him that you cannot do with an all-out bodybuilder. I met bodybuilders. I was with Jose Raymond in the plane. I had to go and tell him, bro, come on, you can go to the back because we have like three seats, which will be more convenient for you. I mean, he has a big real estate. Dude is huge. So him being in a small plane seat is not convenient. So he went to the basically free seats, which was more logical for him, right? Whereas Arash, he can do whatever. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go in Dubai. He plans to race cars. He can do any type of sport you name. The hell is camera? Come on. So that's that. It goes to show that these humane-looking physiques are user-friendly, even for their owner, in a sense. You know what I mean? So Arash can do whatever. He can play basketball. He can swim. He can race cars. He can go with you, walk on the street, and we were strolling, as you guys saw, doing shopping. If I was with Big Ramy, believe me, you can do that. Big Ramy, when you meet him, man, he's the same height as me, more or less. But he is a venture to look at. He is quite a fatiguing venture to look at from side to side. He is wide. He is something. You feel the sheer size of 320 to 30 pounds stacked next to you. And these are hard muscle, living beings, living muscle cells basically vibrating next to you. Sorry guys, camera is acting up, but I don't know, maybe. You know what? Because it's too white behind me. Either that or the gains are too low. So that's that, you know what I mean? So the addition of these humane looking guys is rather refreshing. Breon, Chris Bumstead, George the Bull, Arash Rahbar. I'm going by Mr. Olympia 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the record, let's be honest. All these four guys I'm talking about, Arash, number 4, George the Bull was number 3, the second was Chris Bumstead and Breon. They all came good. They were very close, believe me. Would somebody whine if Arash was number 3 or number 2 instead of 4 and vice versa? They were so close, right? So they bring in also a consensus when it comes to politics, right? So it's quite easy to see a guy who is good, right? Like last year, we've seen Sadiq being number 3, and that was kind of people were, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? Didn't happen this year though. By the way, I'll be in the same hotel with Sadiq in less than a month, right? But most importantly, what I told them, bro, put my room next to Kai Green, right? And Kai came to me, as you guys saw this today, actually, when I was paying my dues. My challenge, I told Kai Green, my challenge is to make him consume a proper meal. Would be in Arab country, Dubai. I plan to take him to some Lebanese, baby, please, to consume a proper huge meal with whole 9 yards. You know, hummus, you got that freaking garlic sauce, you got tabbouleh, shawarma, you got kefta, you got freaking shish taouk, and on top of it, you would put not only hummus, you would put every damn thing, sauce and everything, right? It's gonna be just proper. That's my plan. Because I know for a fact, and you guys will laugh, Kai Green barely ever cheats. He is probably the most diligent bodybuilder I know. Completely, right? He follows social media every damn day, wherever he is. He goes and pay the damn dues on Stairmasters, and the dude is a real estate too. He's like, I don't know, around 300 pounds now, more or less. Still diced, doing some grueling 40-minute session. I'm a lightweight, damn it. I'm a lightweight, and for me, doing Stairmasters is also a proper grueling Herculean exercises, baby, please, right? So that is the plan, guys, right? That is the plan. As for me, as you guys noticed, slowly but surely, hopefully, I'm switching towards not new venture. LUI will still be the LUI, but I'm loving the fact that I'm basically hooking up. I can call them athletes now, right? As you guys know, I barely ever called huge bodybuilder athletes because for me, to be an athlete, you need to be athletic. But when I'm with a guy like Arash, Steve Loras, Chris Bumstead, you can. I published a video of Chris Bumstead dunking and basically playing basketball and dunking and not gassing out. He was not breathing heavy. He was just strolling and playing basketball and doing some crazy stuff. You know, he's athletic for real. You know what I mean? And you will see the movie bigger, right? Did they bring a solid, huge bodybuilder in that bigger? No. I mean, the biggest one was Sergio Oliva, but Sergio, by today's standards, is an aesthetic freaking guy, one of the most aesthetic of them all on that stage, right? So that's that. You have Callum Van Moger and you have Arash Rahbar. They were wearing regular clothes for that matter. They could afford to wear regular jeans. So all this things happen at the same time are refreshing and a breath of good air to fitness. And I'm happy that most of you guys are also more passionate for these guys, right? So I salute bodybuilding, but sanity hopefully is coming back. Good proportions, reasonable size in every metric. It is salvatory for the fitness world. It is salvatory for these guys. Believe me, because these guys were being asked to jump, and they were saying how high. Okay, the craze started in Dorian Yates' era, but where would we take it? And then we had big Ronnie Coleman 2003, and of course we know the rest. The rest is history. But right now, sanity is coming back, and it's all good for business, good for me as a blogger, and I'm really enjoying connecting with these guys and trying to hook them up in their proper venue so they can progress and give good fanship for you guys. Be absolutely saluted. It was a proper video. It really was. I salute myself.